Henry VII has two kids. Those brats were Arthur and Henry VIII. Henry VII hooks up Arthur with Catherine of Aragon. Arthur somehow dies because he has a weak immune system, and Kath claims she never lost her V card. So Henry VII hooks up Henry VIII with Catherine. Henry VIII turns 18. He moves in with Catherine. If you know what I mean, things got physical. Henry VIII wants a boy, but he tries, and all that came out was two girls, Elizabeth and Mary. Since she wouldn't have a boy, he wanted to divorce her. But she was like, oh, nah. Henry VIII, like his dad, was a player. Then he sees Anne Boleyn, this one woman he has to have. After flirting with her, he tries flirting with her again and over, but she plays hard to get. I would have just given up on her, but that's just me. Eventually, Henry divorces Catherine, and she begs on her knees to get back together, if you know what I mean, literally. Henry tries to BB-8 and takes Anne to church. People start talking trash about them, and then the priest gets so booty tickled, he tells her off. Finally, they get married in secret. He disowns his daughter and separates Kath with Mary. He gets sick of Anne and finds evidence that she cheated on him, so he has her executed. Then he goes to the next girl he liked, Jane Seymour. Seymour dude. Then he gets married at some point he messes up his leg really bad. It's all sick, nasty. Jane gets pregnant and labor lasts for 3 days and 3 nights. That must have hurt. Throughout all the pain, she gave birth to a sick, weakly, disgrace to the family child named Edward. She ends up dying, so he does what he does best, and remarries. He wants Mary of Greece, but they sent him Anne of Cleves. And for those delivery boys, it didn't end very well. That girl is at the age of 15. They fall in love and magic happens. Then they get married at the year 1540. At this time, Henry's leg's just the body part he carries around. He finds out she lost her V-card, so he does what he does best and executes one of his wives. Then he finally hooks up with the final wife, and that lucky lady is Catherine of Parr. She's basically a nurse to him because he's slowly dying, and finally, at the age of 55, the date was February 8th, 1527. The greatest player that ever lived is finally dead.
Six fun facts about each queen. Catherine of Aragon. She was born on December 16, 1485. She had 3 older sisters and 1 older brother. One of her sons, Henry Jr., only lived to be 52 days old. The last time she saw Henry was on July 1531. She died January 7th, 1536. Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn is the daughter of Thomas and Elizabeth. She wanted to marry Henry Lord Percy originally. There's only 17 letters that have been found that Henry VIII have sent to Anne. She had a falcon on her badge. She was given the title Marquess of Pembroke. In 1534, she had a stillborn child, and to this day, nobody knows if it was a male or female. Jane Seymour. Jane Seymour was not a devout Protestant. Jane had two brothers, Edward and Thomas. Jane wasn't pregnant when she married Henry. Henry had to wait 27 years so Jane could have a healthy living boy. Jane died 12 days after her son died. She was buried at St. George's Chapel. Anne of Cleves. She was born on September 22, 1515. Henry wasn't attracted to her and didn't remarry after Henry left her. She also didn't return to her homeland. She had a close relationship with Henry's children and didn't live to see the reign of Elizabeth I. Catherine Howard. She wasn't the oldest woman to marry Henry. Kat was related to Anne. Kat made her old boyfriend to be her private secretary. She had an affair. Kat is buried at St. Peter's Chapel. They say she haunts the Hampton Court. Finally, Catherine of Parr. Catherine was not a devout Catholic. She also wasn't hated by all of Henry's children. She married Thomas Seymour after Henry died. She did have children of her own. She was married 4 times altogether.